Are you able to see it up on? Are you able to see it on there? We're up. We're actually working. Awesome. Yeah, she's in. That's the. What's that? Tournament? Or like it's regular season. Yeah. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Yeah. It says I'm broadcasting, so I hope everybody can hear me. No worries. There we go. Coming down to the final minute here of the warm up. I say thank you to everybody for joining us on the first ever Larry Cherry YouTube experience here today. As we get set to go here with your Sackville Junior A Wolves on the road in lovely Rothesay, Nova Scotia today. I think it's Rothesay, if not St. John. But excuse me for my geographic ignorance, as we're being hosted by the St. John Rapids. Rapids in the navy, Wolves in white. As we get set, sheep's clothing, even if you want to say it. As we get set to start here, just a seconds countdown. And we'll start off as always. We'll pay tribute to it's the Creators game, and it'll be the Mi'kmaq Honor Song to start us off, followed by O Canada as the buzzer goes, and we'll get set to go. As always, I'll do my very best to let you know when your favorite player hits the floor. That's different for everybody out there, I'm sure. I hope this works out okay. Feel free to clip the link and send it to friends and family as we go on into the second half of the regular season. Your Wolves remain 6-0, a perfect record so far. Looking to hold on to that. St. John has 2 wins in a row. As we line up for the Mi'kmaq Honor Song.
Please stand as we acknowledge the land on which we gather to take part in this medicine game. Prior to the honor song and the singing of our national anthem, the St. John Rapids and ECJLL would like to acknowledge that the land on which we gather is the ancestral and unceded territory and traditional lands of the Wolastoqey people of the Wabanaki Confederacy. We show respect for and honor our shared history and shared city relationship. Our relationship is based on peace and friendship. We are all treaty people.
All right, thank you, everybody. We got the national anthems as we get set to go here for the opening face-off of Wolves at the Rapids, the only trip to St. John this year for your Junior A Wolves as we get set to go here. For the Rapids, it looks like we got 26 Mills, 16 Landry starting off, as well as the rest of the numbers once I see them. 8 McKinley. As the Rapids come up to take their place, looks like McKinley will take the face off. We have Dyer, Hovey. Looks like James, Van Bilzen, and Hayward starting us off for the Wolves. Only regular season, St. John. Let the start right now. That's Hovey versus McKinley for the face-off. Here we go. Ball out, picked up by Hovey. Hovey takes a hard slash there. She's down. But ball recovered. Hayward. Back cross to Hovey. Hovey in. Finds the doorstep shot. And good save is Garland. The netminder gets a piece of that one. Van Bilzen plays it back. A little wrong-handed is it's like Hayward tried to stay on, but a little slippy shoes there. Got her over the red line. Possession moves over. Picked up by McKinley. Pushed back over. Picked up by Dyer. Dyer in with the shot, scores! Maddie Dyer picks up the turnover and quickly in and around behind the defense. On Garland to put it home in the back of the net. Up and over in the corner. And at 19-12 remaining in the first period. It's a 1-0 lead. As the rookie Garland comes out for the faceoff against the Wolves, against Hovey. Hovey looking to pick that one up. Loose ball. Hayward comes in, picks it up. Hayward, quick pass up. Slippy floor. Hayward down. As Dyer coming in again. Dyer in with a shot. That gets deflected. All right, and up. That's St. John's ball. As Corrigan. Dyer holds her back. Nice little flick pass over to Cudmore. Rapids. Morrison trying to get away. Loose ball. There's Hayward trying to control the loose ball. Picked up by 17. I believe that's Jenkins. Back over to Hayward. Hayward looking for a change. Hands it off to Dietrich. Dietrich. Waiting for the rest of the offense to come on. Dietrich gets a pick. In hard as Van Bilzen with the shot. Save. Another shot by Haas. And coming back out the other way. Dietrich looking for the check. Hard check into the boards. That looks like by Coffin. As the ball comes loose. Dietrich up with the loose ball. Dietrich working in against 17. That's Allen. Dietrich in with the shot. Saved by Garland. And trying to come back the other way is the Rapids. Knocked into the boards by James and Van Bilzen. James comes up with the ball. James. Back down the floor. James. That's that one. Hit as she was making the pass. Loose ball. As St. John comes back to James. James sent down. Now St. John looking to come down the floor. Van Bilzen keeps her to the outside. That's a 44. That's Gilmore trying to get back in. Gilmore gets the pass up, but no. Loose ball knocked down. That's Dyer coming around behind. Dyer changed the head of her stick. Threw me off there. Nice save by Garland. To the corner it goes. That's a loose ball picked up by Hayward. Hayward. Cross over to Dyer. Dyer. Cross the other side. Back up top to Dyer. Dyer. Shot. That's a miss. Dyer again. Pass off to the doorstep. That shot in goes wide. There's another loose ball. Dietrich gets that up. 10 seconds left in the shot clock as Dietrich passes it off. Looking for Coffin. Dietrich in with a shot. Saved by Garland. To the corner it goes. Coffin coming in. Parker. Coffin comes up with the ball. Coffin rolls back up top. Can't find a lane. Coffin. Pass back over to Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen looking for Haas. That gets deflected. Picked up by Dietrich. Dietrich. Cross for Coffin. That loose ball there. Got knocked down. That comes into the crease. Picked up by Garland. Garland with the control. Coffin And some interference. And a loose ball coming in is a nice snag by Jenkins on the D. Back up to Coffin right away. Coffin rolls in. Coffin dropped the shoulder. Ball gets knocked loose. Coffin, though. A little chin music going on in the Coffin, and Landry fight in the corner for the ball. 66 comes in. McCauley to help. There's a ball comes loose. Dietrich up with it. Dietrich. Her shot gets deflected up and over. And Garland picks up a loose ball. Garland now looking for an outlet. Gets it over to McCauley. McCauley passes that across. Nice pass in to Hatfield. Hatfield rolls away from the check. Hatfield. Have a look. Hatfield takes it down to the corner, being watched by James. There's Hatfield still looking for a lane. Hatfield comes in with a shot that goes wide. Haas runs onto the ball. Nora Haas comes up over center, holds up, gets the offense on, passes that one off. Looks like it's to Hovey. Nope, that's Haas to Haas. Haas, that pass just in behind, but we got a slashing call. It looks like it's coming to Hovey and the Wolves. So at 14:47 remaining in the first period, it's a 1-0 lead for the Wolves, but the Rapids are going on the power play. Penalty kill unit. Out there is Hannerhan, Dyer, Van Bilzen, and Haas. As 26 will start off. That'll be Mills for the Rapids. Mills, Cudmore, and that's all the numbers I can see right now. Mills passes off to the corner. Rapids down below. And tight shot! Saved by McVicker. She gets her first save off the game. That was a good play by the Rapids. Rapids on a 2-game winning streak here, looking to extend that today. As on the power play here, 5-on-4 advantage. Cycle the ball back up top, now in motion. Well, nice job there, Van Bilzen pops the ball free. Now the Rapids looking for the back door, shot, saved by McVicker. Ball bounced up and over the net. 26, Mills working in the corner against Hannerhan. Rapids come up with the ball, Rapids in tight, shot. No, that's blocked in front as Dyer picks that one up. Dyer hustling down the floor. Dyer in around Dyer, tight shot, saved by Garland in tight. Dyer knocked off the ball. That looks like they got a penalty coming. Yeah, high sticking call. Looks like it's against the Rapids. At 13:49 remaining in the first period, a minute and 2 seconds remain in the Wolves penalty. And now the Rapids head to the box. So it'll be 4-on-4. Van Bilzen. 4-on-4 for the next minute and 2. As Van Bilzen's back to center. As we get set for this, we got Haas, Coffin, and Dietrich out for the Wolves. Van Bilzen starts us off. Van Bilzen rolls off a check. Van Bilzen looking for a route to the net. A little more room on the floor. That ball gets popped free. Van Bilzen picks it up from the corner. Van Bilzen around behind the net. Van Bilzen circles all the way around. Sees the net. Shot. He's saved by Garland. Rapids pick it back up. Rapids coming down. Rapids in behind the D. Rapids in tight. Shot. Saved by McVicker. Back on the floor. Hayward fresh on the floor looking for that loose ball. Hayward comes up with it. Hayward now rolling off a check. Hayward holds up, waits for the offense to come on here. Hayward getting a little love from the Rapids, gets a pick. That pass down for Harker just over her head. As came in, Garland had to knock that one down. As number 3, McCorrigan picks up for the Rapids. Corrigan passes that back up. Number 7, that's Alan Adams, I believe. Looking for the corner. Loose ball in front. That's it. Batted out of the air and in the back of the net. I believe that was Corrigan for the Rapids. Find the back of the net, and here we are, tie game. As I think that'll actually count as a shorthanded goal as the Wolves penalty had expired. It's 1-1 with 12:37 remaining in the first period. 5-on-4 advantage as the Wolves on the power play here, looking to regain the lead. Hovey in for the face-off versus McKinley. Face-off at center, ball rolls. Picked up by Hayward. Hovey takes that in the slot. Hovey gets around the players. He gets hooked up there. Hovey with the shot that goes wide. That goes up and out of play. That'll be Rapids ball. Like that, 30 seconds remaining in the Wolves power play. As taken hard into the ball by Dyer. Dyer comes up with the ball. Dyer in behind the D. Dyer and take. Quick shot save by Garland. As Garland able to control that too in the crease. Garland stretch pass up over center. 7. Cross to the door. Shot. McVicker makes the save. And picked up by Jenkins. Knocked out of her. As hard into that'll be Rapids ball from the corner. Rapids will start off in the Wolves zone in the corner, 5-on-5. As for Morrison starts them off. Jenkins plays here to the corner. Rapids back top, down low. Rolls back up top, being watched by Dietrich. Rapids trying to find a way in. Rapids in tight shot. McVicker makes the save. Rapids again, coming right in front. Rapids. McVicker makes the save again. Bouncing ball in the crease. That'll be brought out by Haas. Cadence Haas puts on the Jets, coming down. Haas takes a slap to the face, and the hand goes up. As a delayed penalty, McVicker on the bench. The extra runner on as Hovey puts it down low. And Nielsen turns around, shot. And save there by Garland as she knocks that one down. No, there was not a penalty. Okay. Oh, yeah, it was. There we go. Number 4 sent into the box. As the ref now comes over to call it. We got a slashing call. So that'll be a 2-minute penalty. So the Rapids will be on the penalty for 2 minutes, hopefully less, as Van Bilzen takes the ball. Van Bilzen up top. Van Bilzen passes down low to the corner right away to Hayward. Up to Dyer. Dyer on the corner. Up top to Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen puts the shot in. That gets deflected wide. And that comes back up over. So it'll be a back over call. It'll be possession. We'll go back to the Rapids. From the corner, they'll start off. As penalty keeps ticking away there. Here we go. Rapids. Right back up top. Rapids killing the penalty here. Happy to use all 30 seconds of that shot clock. Van Bilzen. It's number 2. That's Hatfield. Doing a good job cutting down the clock there. Hatfield again. 10 seconds left in the shot clock. And so they'll be looking to get a shot on net to continue this. And we got a penalty coming here to the Wolves. As the shot clock expires. And we got a cross-checking call coming to the Wolves with just under a minute remaining. It'll be 57 seconds, 4-on-4. As the Wolves head to the box, it looks like Hayward didn't quite catch the number. And the Rapids will go on the, it's 4-on-4. Now we got our TV timeout as the goalies go get some water. 9:37 remaining. Just over the halfway point in the first period. Oh, that's a correction. That's Coffin in the box for cross-checking for the Wolves. Right. My memory serves, Dyer scored in the first minute, or in the first 30 seconds for the sole goal so far for the Wolves, and then answered back is Corrigan later in the game with a one-timer bat out of the air that found the back of the net for the Rapids. So it's 1-1 halfway through a little over halfway through the first period. As Miss McVicker had back in the office between the pipes. So it's supposed to be a goalie timeout or a break. And it does seem like it's become more of a coach conversation with the refs. Try to tighten these things up. There's a much shorter bench there today for the Wolves. Imagine some players. I do want to thank the Rapids for rescheduling this game. This was originally scheduled over the Canada Day weekend. So we're not at the Lord Beaverbrook Arena in St. John, but out here at the Stu Hurley, I think is the name of the home of the Seabees, I guess is as it says up on the wall. Here we go, St. John are ready to start off on the power play here. Number 3, that's Corrigan, their goal scorer. Corrigan looking for a lane in. The shot, that gets deflected wide. Loose ball, picked up by 44. That's Gilmore. Gilmore driving towards the net. Gilmore in tight. And that went up and over, trying to, the rainbow goal as they call it. And Dyer able to come out. Dyer coming down the floor hard. Dyer heading to the net. Dyer with a hard shot, and that goes wide. And looks like we've got a crease. So, the Rapids will come back with it. Back over. Hovey picks it up. Hovey in behind. Hovey with the quick transition in. Shot. Another save by Garland. That's the loose ball. Picked up by St. John. Rapids take it back into Wolves territory. That's number 16. That's Landry. She passed it off to Allen. So Adams, sorry. Well, here's the shot. And I believe that got deflected. Haas took that one off the shoulder, and that went up and out of play. And then back we go. Rapids again. Cycle up top. Adams. Now down low. Looking for the back door. In tight. And shot and a save as Morrison got the shot away, and McVicker had the answer. Now Haas tries to motor up through. Moves the ball, gets it back. Haas up over center. Cross for Hayward. As Haas takes the lead hit, gets down there. Back up for the younger Haas. Nora has it now. Has 22 seconds left as the Wolves look to kill off St. John right now on the 5-on-4. Van Bilzen with the long shot. It's a miss. Now Cudmore coming back down. Corrigan, sorry. Up over center. Corrigan, final seconds. As back to 5-on-5. Pass across. Mills trying to find a way in. Hands off to Hatfield. Loose ball. As they battle for the ball. Hannerhan. Now, Van Bilzen able to pick it up. Van Bilzen. Pass up for Hayward. Hayward in tight. Hayward rolls off a check. Back to Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen with a shot, scores! Hayward to Van Bilzen. In tight, and find that one behind the net. That's 7:10 remaining in the first period. The Wolves retake the lead, 2-1. and send the Rapids back to center for the face-off. As Garland will take the face-off versus Dyer for this one. And comes out. Face-off. One. Picked up by Corrigan. Corrigan in behind the D. Nice job as Hayward popped the ball free, and McVicker. Quick pass up just over Hovey's head and down the link. As McVicker saw Hovey in behind. Now, Rapids put on some nice speed coming out of the zone. Hovey takes her to the board. Number 17, that's Allen. Gets into Wolves territory. Pass across for Adams. To the far side for Mills, I believe. Rapids. Low, Rapids. Yeah, nice D there. Took away the shot as Dyer picks it up from the corner. Dyer hustling out of the zone. Dyer, quick shot, pass up. Just a little too hot for Hayward to handle, and Garland for the Rapids. Looks to play it back up, pass right to center. Rapids much improved since saw them in the preseason. Right across. Pass over, and that goes up and out of play. That'll be Wolves' ball, I believe. As Dyer will take it. Dyer. Missed pass there, and back in come the Rapids. 2-on-1 coming in tight. 16 makes the shot. McVicker makes the save. Picks that one back up. McVicker lobs it up just over Hanrahan's head. Tricky spot this arena with a low ceiling. And you got a bump in behind, and it looks like the Rapids ball. Parker in deep, keeping them honest. Parker challenges. And you got 44, Gilmore. Looking to come out of the zone for the Rapids. Runs into a wall with Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen causing all kinds of... Gilmore able to come in tight. Gilmore in tight, shot! And that went wide. Picked up by Hayward on the move. Hayward holds up. Hayward up from behind, keeps the ball in play. Dyer holds up. Dyer rolls off a hit from Cudmore. Dyer in with a shot, and Garland with the save. Loose ball at the top of the crease. Dietrich fighting for it. To the boards it goes. Hovey as Desjardins comes up with a hit there. Hovey takes control at the boards. Hovey rolls out. In tight. Shot! And that's goes wide and out of play. Dietrich stays on, covering the goalie. Rapids play that up. That should be up and over. Dietrich comes up with a loose ball. Dietrich. There we go. Dietrich. Quick pass across to Coffin. Coffin rolls around and check. Coffin and take shot. And a save by Garland. That went up and out of play. No, they're saying it bounced out of play. So that'll be a Rapids ball. Rapids. Quick pass in, doesn't work. As Coffin runs in hard. Coffin gets a little chin music along the boards. Loose ball. Coffin, though, knocks it loose again. As Rapids come up with it. Now the Rapids looking to come out of the zone. Pass down low. Off the boards. Picked up by Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen rolls around. Nice pick there by Hayward. Van Bilzen in shot. That's a nice save by Garland. Picked up slippy floor there today. Like I said, it's not the usual arena. Rescheduled game. Van Bilzen able to recollect the ball. Fresh 30 on the clock. As Van Bilzen and the Rapids together. Looks like we got a penalty in behind the play. We got an interference. Oh, that's don't see that too often in lacrosse. with 3:12 remaining in the first period. It's a 2-1 Wolves lead. As James will head to the box for interference. And the Rapids will go back on the power play. 26 Mills will start them off at center. Rapids on the 5-on-4 advantage. To the corner, down low, Rapids cycle out in motion. Cross, shot! That was up and over the net. Hannerhead fighting for the loose ball. Over to the boards. That's now picked up. 10 seconds remaining. How is that a reset? That's not a reset. Yeah, I can't yell at the refs. I'm on live streaming. Here we go. Shot. That goes wide. Hovey comes up with the ball. Hovey rolls in. That's a high on there. It looks like that's getting called. All right. You make 50% of the calls, you get a 50% mark. Here we go. As we got a cross-checking call here. Is with 2:26 remaining in the first period. It's 2-1 Wolves, and we're back to a 4-on-4 situation for another minute and 14 seconds here. Is Dyer waiting to start off. Yep, cross-checking was the call, and it made multiple calls on that one. But here we go. Dyer will start us off. 4-on-4. A little bit more room on the floor. Dyer rolls off. Coming right down the net. Dyer shot net. Save by Garland there. Van Dilsen forcing the play in low. Van Dilsen able to knock that one down. Loose ball. Picked up by Hovey. Hovey runs through a bunch of sticks. Garland got the toe to save that one. As now once again, fresh 30 on the clock is Dyer. Oh, it's Van Dilsen, sorry. Van Dilsen. Throws it back to Dietrich. Or Dyer. Dyer in tight. And knocked out of her stick. And goes to the corner. Dyer. Pick up the loose ball. Dyer. Trying to roll off. Check to the outside. Dyer turns. Fires. Scores! Dyer able to get loose with that wicked sidearm. And a 4-on-4 goal. A minute 33 remaining in the first period. It's a 3-1 Wolves lead. Now a goal by Matty Dyer. It sends the Rapids back to center. 21 seconds remaining in the 4-on-4. As looks like it's McKinley versus Hovey at the face-off dot. Rapids had it momentarily. Dietrich quick up to Hovey. Hovey coming into the net. Hovey rolls off a check. Hovey and takes shot and scores! Anna Hovey able to roll off right off the face-off. And like we said many times, lacrosse is a game of streaks. And man, nice job there. As the Wolves open up the lead to 3. 8 seconds now remaining on the 4-on-4. As Dyer comes in to take the face-off versus Garland. There we go. Popped over to Coffin. Cross for Dietrich. Dietrich turns, fires. And Garland made the save. Stick save. Garland comes up with the ball in the crease. Now it's 30 seconds. Well, change of possession. It looks like Wolves will be on the power play for the next 30 seconds. 4-1. Final minute of the first period as Hayward brings it into over for Dyer. Dyer. Down low. Van Dilsen at the corner. Up top for Dyer. Dyer looking for a lane. Fires. And that just goes wide. Dyer gets the rebound back. Final seconds of the shot clock. Van Dilsen in with the shot. And that's a save by Garland. Oh, that's just... And Dietrich in with the shot. It's still in play as Harker picks that one up. Harker taking hard into the boards. Harker gets some help from Van Bilzen. Harker puts it across for Hovey. Hayward. Hayward rolling up top. Plays it back off. Van Bilzen. Cross to Dyer. Dyer. Back to Van Bilzen. No, I got it wrong-handed. And the ball bounces through the crease as Dietrich comes up with it out of the corner. As here it ends. After one period of play, it's a 4-1 Wolves lead. As we'll go into the second period, I'm going to keep the stream running. Hopefully this is better quality than we have on Facebook. I hope everybody's enjoying it. And I'm going to set this down for a minute. I'm going to plug in the battery and try to keep the phone battery going for the rest of the game. So I'm just going to take a few minutes break, everybody. We'll be back in 10 minutes for the second period of play. All right, mic check, mic check. Hopefully this is working. It doesn't give me feedback. Does that look good? What's it look like now? Oh, you can hear me? But what's it? Okay. Thanks, everybody. Working at some bugs here. Get my thanks to Malcolm McDonald, my quality control. Here we go. Second period starting off 4-1. Wolves lead. Rapids coming in. Pass back up top. Loose ball back over center. There's Hovey. Comes in after it. Hovey towards shot. Yeah, saved by Garland. And she pulls it back into the crease and pick that up. That's sent back down the floor. As Hayward will go retrieve the ball. Hayward takes a bump from Hatfield. Hayward brings it up over center. Hayward rolls off a check. Back down low for Hovey. Hovey rolls out from the wall. Hovey and take shot. That just went wide. Loose ball picked up by the Rapids. As Van Dilzen challenges Van Dilzen. Takes her to the boards. Ball comes loose. Yeah, I believe that. What's that? Super zoomed in again. Right. And back down the floor. Rapids looking for a push to the outside. Hatfield, that's a penalty coming here to the Wolves. That sent up. Haas to the bench. I believe it was a high stick call. And Adams will start off the Rapids on the power play. 5-on-4 advantage. Rapids cycle the ball back up top. Now in motion. Looking to come in. Shot! And the kicker's got a piece of that one. Sent it to the corner. Rapids collect the ball. Fresh 30 on the clock for the Rapids. Pass back up. Over. Rapids. Cross, right in, tight shot, and McVicker makes the save. He covers off the bottom of that net. That's sent down the floor, knocked down. Hayward almost away with that. Now the Rapids coming back in again. Hayward keeps Hatfield to the outside. Now the Rapids back up top. To the corner, down low. Now the Rapids looking for a lane. Pass across. Hard shot in. That's deflected by the D. Wide as Haas goes after it into the corner. Against Adams. Ball loose, comes out. And Hayward rolls off a check. Brings it up over center. Hayward controlling the ball. Flips it over for Dyer. Dyer dodges a flying stick. Dyer trying to get untangled by Landry. Dyer slips in, puts the shot in. And saved by Garland. 30 seconds remain in the Rapids power play. Dyer able to come in, get this loose ball. Dyer looks to shoot, and that's Rapids. Have 15 seconds left on the power play. Comes back up over center. It's Hovey. Takes him into the board. 17 rolls off that one. Allen. Pass up across. Back to the corner. Cross shot and scores. 26 Mills. Able to cut across the top of the crease. And the Rapids are back within 2 on a power play goal. It might not have been a power play goal. Just power play just ended. But it's 4-2 with 16:36 remaining in the first period. Hey Malcolm, what's it look like now? Hovey. I'm actually zoomed out all the way. And Micah Rain Dyer answers back on the feed from Hovey. And that's that. All right, back to center we go. So, free ball to the Wolves. Picked up by Hovey. Hovey takes the pass. Hovey can't find lane. Van Bilzen. No lane. Over to Dyer. Dyer in with a hard shot and scores. Dyer finding the net today. I believe that's number 4. Really young miss Maddie Dyer. That's a 6-2 lead for the Wolves. 16-11 remains in the second period. And here we go. Hovey in for the face-off versus Garland, I believe. Hovey. Pass that over to Van Bilzen. She took the hit. Dyer. Back to Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen. Looking for Dyer on the move inside. Dyer's shot. Save. Call. Rebound comes out. In there. And that'll be St. John's ball. Rapids. Right up top. Oh, Gilmore. Plays it back in. Gilmore rolls off a hit. Gilmore coming in tight. Calder keeping her to the outside. Knocks the ball free. Loose ball into the corner. Easy. Jenkins tries to get that one up. St. John able to knock that down. Adams. Ball stripped from her. Haas comes onto that. Haas. Double team. Haas comes out of that. Keeps the ball. Haas. Pass across. Looking for Dyer. That one goes off the boards. Dyer picked it up off the boards. Dyer. Hard shot. Doesn't make it quite through. Loose ball. And Garland will pull that up as sent all the way down as McVicker. Fights off a Rapid. McVicker has a look. Passes that one up looking for Haas. Rapids able to get back. Rapids now. Going to come back in. Is Gilmore. Passes down low. Rapids. Back to Hatfield. Hatfield in with the shot. He scores. Hatfield on the move at the top of the shooting line. Powers that one in, and it's now a 6-3 Wolves lead at 14:30 remaining in the first period. Try to get that reset. Dyer in for the 17, carrying it in. Allen. Dyer. Shot. Now comes up another Rapids ball in Wolves territory. Change possession. Into the corner. Mills. That's picked up. Coming down the floor is Hayward. Hayward charged with a push-off. Yeah, delay a game. She rolled the ball to the corner. And the Wolves take the penalty. 14:08 remaining. And the Rapids will start off from center. There's a delay game call. It'll be a 5-on-4 advantage as the Rapids go on the power play, down by 3 goals. There we go. Rapids start off. Down to the corner. Sorry, low top to the corner. Up top. There we go, in motion. After the pass off, shot. And a save by McVicker. Inside it in. Hovey knocks that one free. And we got a illegal contact. Free ball. Rapids back up top again. Hatfield over to the corner. Cross. And picked up by Dyer. Dyer on the move. Dyer rolls off a hit. Dyer coming down. Trying to get around the defender. Dyer can't get the shot away and kill the time. As coming right back up. Dyer chasing them back. And we got free ball back to, not sure what the call was, but it's our ball as Dyer. Quick pass up to Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen rolling around Desjardins. Van Bilzen.
Get in there, Troy!
Killing time, and still a minute left in the Wolves penalty. Hanrahan sets the pick as Van Bilzen looking to take the full 30 off the clock. Down. 5 seconds left. As Dietrich comes up with it. Dietrich has to get the shot on net. And that'll do it for the shot clock. And now, the Rapids over to Desjardins as they come back down on the 5-on-4 advantage. Desjardins passes that one up to Mills. Cross to Yellow Shoes. Should know that by now. It's Morrison. Here we go. Corrigan rolls up top. Looking for the back door shot. McVicker makes the save. Loose ball picked up by Haas. Cadence Haas going to the outside. And rolls that one down the floor. 12 seconds remain. That's Parker in after. Now, coming back down the floor is St. John to the corner. Adams. A cross shot. McVicker made the save. As Haas pick that one up. Haas looking quick. Get behind the play. As Hayward just bounced over her head. As Hayward will start off fresh 30 from the corner. Hayward looking to roll off a check. Hayward sees Coffin. Coffin turns and fires. That's wide. Back up top again. Hovey. Hovey, 15 seconds left in the shot clock. Takes a stick to the back of the head now. McKinley coming back down the other way. As Hayward keeping an eye on her. As Jenkins making life a little difficult for McKinley. Jenkins knocks the ball free. Loose ball picked up. Hovey all alone. Hovey coming in on the breakaway. Hovey, big shot, scores! Not much Garland could do on that one. You got to head out. Good seeing you. Thanks, Malcolm. That's Malcolm McDonald heading out there. On the breakaway by Breno Hovey. Oh, man, I wish I knew who got the pass off to her. 11-17 remains in the second period. It's now 7-3. Coming in. 17, Allen.
Let's go,
Takes
Rapids!
it to the corner. Rapids looking to come in. Get that one back. The Morrison looking up top for Mills. Mills rolls off. Shot! And a save. And Victor point blank. Hovey gets the rebound. Hovey hustling back down. That's Bergen keeping an eye on her. Pass across. Hayward takes it off the boards. Hayward in take. Shot! Hits the post. Picked up by Garland. Garland. Quick pass up. Nice pick there. Hatfield. As it looks like we've got something happening in behind. Not sure what the clapping sign was from the referee. But,
I don't know.
we got a Wolf player limping off. And Looks like 2 players into the box. Roughing and roughing is the call. Looks like we'll have offsetting. That happened in behind the play, so it was miss. It looks like an extra penalty possibly being. Looks like the X. Okay, there we go. And the Rapids start off from center. Adams. That's down to the corner. Taken off the boards is Morrison. Morrison rolls back up top. And 4-on-4, it looks like. That's picked off by Dietrich. Now Dietrich going down the floor. Mills doing a great job getting back. Dietrich in hard shot. Saved by Garland. Harker working in down low. As the ball comes loose. Picked up by Harker. Harker rolls off to the side. That's Gilmore. And Dietrich in with a shot and a score. And I believe that could be the soft trick for. No, I think we're 1 shy. 5 goals for Maddie Dyer. As we do a TV timeout, they call it. As the goalies will head for a drink. I'd like to see how we do here. If it is over zoomed, I do apologize. I've got my camera zoomed out as far as I can go. Let's see if I can reset it during this break. As we get the goalies will have a drink. I think the refs get a drink too. As they're people too. You can, as we get set to go here. It's currently 3-0. I don't know if you can see that or not, so I'm going to do the best I can to keep the play in the center of the camera. As you know, this YouTube thing is all new. But hopefully we can get this to more people and better quality. I'll be interested to be watching this myself later tonight.
Let's go, Rapids!
You know, pick up all my own mistakes as we get. It'll be that much better next time. As back in the play from center. 8-3, Wolves lead. As Coffin in for the face-off this time versus Garland, the younger Garland, I do believe. Ripper gets set. Loose ball. Corrigan comes up with it. Corrigan runs into a wall at Coffin. And Van Bilzen picks up the loose ball. Van Bilzen circles around behind her own net and back down the floor as the Rapids get the offense out. Up to Coffin. Coffin in with the shot and a save. And that goes up and out of play, so it'll be Wolves ball from the corner. 4-on-4 for another 44 seconds. And that's a lot of fours. Here we go. Van Bilzen starts to play from behind the net. James set the pick. Van Bilzen in tight shot. And a good save by Garland there. Van Bilzen was coming across. Now, Coffin rolls off a check. Coffin can't find a road in. Back up top for Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen now. Van Bilzen. Shot in from Van Bilzen. Save as Garland pulls it back into the crease. Rolling ball. And Garland will hold on. Final seconds now before we're back to 5-on-5. There's McKinley will bring it out.
Let's go, Blue!
McKinley passes up to Adams. As Jenkins pushes Adams aside. Morrison back to Adams. Jenkins right on her. Looking at the pass in tight. And we got a call here. Cross check. Oh boy. Miss Nora Haas, I don't think we'll be happy with that one. It's, so at 8:25 remaining in the second period, it's 8-3 for the Wolves. And the Rapids will go on another power play for the hitting from behind appears to be the call. There's 26. There'll be Mills. We'll start off 5-on-4 advantage for the Rapids. They got a 4-minute penalty to Haas. Oh boy. 4-minute power play starting here. Up as Morrison couldn't connect with that one. 14, Cudmore. To Hatfield. Hatfield couldn't take cleanly, gets it back. And for Morrison. Morrison looking for a cross. Mills kept to the outside. With the shot clock's counting down. Shot. That goes wide. And now come back and over center as Hovey comes onto it. Hovey. In tight shot. And Garland makes the save. And it's like, it's a 4-minute penalty. We got to kill off some time, not just do the shots. As the Rapids. Oregon. Puts that up.
Let's get one,
Over to
guys.
Hatfield.
Let's go, Blue.
Hatfield. Plays it back up top to Morrison. Morrison down low. Shot from the side. McVicker held the post and made the save. Corrigan comes back up with it. Corrigan cycles back up top to Hatfield. Hatfield trying to get away. Van Bilzen takes stick and ball. And I really got to mic up Benta one of these days. This is very interesting, whatever they're saying. But they got another penalty. That was the delayed penalty, roughing call. So it's now 5-on-3 for the Rapids. For another 2 minutes and 38 seconds, so a long 5-on-3. As laid down low. Cross. Point blank. McVicker with a shoulder save. Hatfield. Here's the cross. Down low for Morrison. Morrison looking to get the feed back to Hatfield. Hatfield. In tight shot. McVicker makes the save there. In tight.
Keep it up, Blue. Keep it up.
McVicker. Let's pass that down. We got to kill some time. There's Dyer.
Keep pushing.
Pass across. Hovey. Hovey coming in hard. Rolls off a check. Hovey in with a low shot. That was a good low shot, but there's still tons of time on the shot clock. As maybe there wasn't. You can see. There we go. 22 coming down. That's
Take it to him,
younger
Rapids.
Corrigan. Now Hatfield. In tight shot. And McVicker makes the save. And holds on. That was Cudmore in with the and McVicker. Gets it up. Looking for Hayward. Hayward able to come up with a loose ball.
Go, Jordan. Get on
Hayward
it. That's it. Push.
slowing it down.
Push. Good job.
Nice
Go,
pass
go.
off to Hovey. Hovey
Push.
rolling off a check. Hovey puts it over. Nice. Hayward, and we got a delayed penalty. Hayward pulls, draws the penalty, and Hovey continues. As the shot clock expires. And the Rapids will head to the box for a cross-checking call. Nicely done by this is a Hayward. So with 26 seconds left in the 5-on-3, it's now a 4-on-3, still the advantage to the Rapids. But the Wolves will get the ball. Somebody's going to take the ball from center. So Van Bilzen. She'll be looking to kill off. Van Bilzen. She'll be happy to kill off the 15 seconds left. Van Bilzen rolls off a hit. Van Bilzen still looking to kill that clock. Pass across. And shot in by Hannerhan. That went wide. Loose ball coming out. As we're now back in 4-on-4 territory. If, that was a back over. So it'll be free ball. Gilmore will bring it in for the Rapids. 4-on-4 situation. Gilmore forced to the outside by Hovey. Gets it across to Hatfield. Hatfield looking for a lane in. James keeping it to the outside. Hatfield cutting in front. Tight. And we got crease violation. It'll be Wolves ball. As Hanrahan will start us off. Hanrahan passes up to Hovey. Hovey now coming up the floor. Hovey. Hovey with the shot. Looking for the screen. Just misses. And that ball comes back up over center. And that'll be Rapids ball from the Wolf territory. Wolves now on the power play. And looks
Let's
like
go, Rapids!
5-on-4 advantage Wolves. It's for the next 26 seconds anyways, as the Rapids will look to kill off that. That's to Mills. Got Jenkins. Working on Gilmore. Gilmore looking to roll back in. Shot in on McVicker. She'll make that save. And Conley picks it up in the crease. McVicker passes up to Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen up over the center. Van Bilzen passes down to Dyer in the corner. Dyer looking to roll out of the corner. Gets a pick from Coffin. Cross for Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen rolls off a hit. Back up top. Van Bilzen with a shot in. And Garland fought that one off as Dyer gets the reset on the clock. Now Dyer working against Gilmore as Dyer rolling off. Gets a pick from Coffin. That pass just over James's head. And tight for Gilmore. As Dietrich got the shot away off the post. There's Gilmore. Well, the Rapids trying to come back out. Ball pop free. As
Ray! Come on, girls! Hustle on!
Coffin able to knock the ball free and sent back into Rapid territory. Garland will play that out of the net. It's Dietrich right in there. Now back up.
Let's go,
Hatfield.
BC!
Hatfield across for Morrison. Morrison on the flow shot. McVicker gets a shoulder save. Back to the corner. Picked up by Haas. Haas passes that up to Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen will have to chase down the ball into the corner. 2 minutes remain in the second period. 8-3. Wolves lead as Van Bilzen slows this one down, waiting for the defense or offense to come out. Van Bilzen over to Hovey. Hovey cuts across on top. Hovey with the shot that goes wide. Loose ball is Hayward able to keep it in. Only a second left. Hayward will roll it down, as it'll be a shot clock violation. It's Rapids ball. Another Rapids. Aaron pass picked up by Adams. Adams for the Rapids. Across to Morrison. Rapids setting up the offense.
Go blue! We're
Rapids
moving, girls! Help each other!
rolling back up top.
Push!
Good movement. Shot. That's wide. Loose ball back up over. So it'll be Wolves ball from the corner. 1 minute remaining in the second period. There's Hayward trying to work off the boards. Hayward flips that back over to Dyer. Dyer looks for a lane shot. Is saved by Garland. James able to pick that one back up. James pass back up
Stay low, girls!
for
Watch
Dyer.
your backs!
Dyer looking to get it into Coffin. She was tied up. Now Rapids able to pick that one up.
Help out, blue! Help out!
Rapids. That's the younger Corrigan coming back down. As James meets her there.
Keep it up, blue!
And tight, loose ball. Illegal contact, a lot of illegal contact. It's just ancient possession is Calder. Just to pass it across to Dyer. Dyer has to be careful at the red line there. Can't go back over. Calder. Nice job. Punches in for Hovey. Hovey in with the shot. And a save by Garland. James picks up the rebound. 5 seconds left. Shot. And another save by Ground. Another shot. Another save by Ground. As the final seconds happen. And Harker will hold the ball to end the second period. 8-3 is the score after 2 periods. The Wolves lead. And we'll shut down the microphone and we'll be back in about 10 minutes for the third and final period. As your Wolves 8, the St. John Rapids 3. Thank you, Jennifer. I've been talking to myself this whole time. Here we go. Took it off mute. Now, Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen. Corner for Hovey. Hovey in with the shot. Hayward in with the quick shot. What a save by Garland. Able to collect that one up. Garland. That one's blocked. Hovey. In tight. Hovey with the hard shot. Another save by Garland. Garland keeps control inside the. Now Garland. Lays that down. Van Bilzen. Coming out 1 minute remaining in the 5-on-4 advantage for the Wolves. Van Bilzen. Hidden ball trick is Van Bilzen in tight. Shot. And a save by Garland. The Wolves pulling out the tricks now. There's Dyer. Dyer with the hard shot. That one missed the net. Came back over center, so there'll be 35 seconds remaining in the Wolves power play. And the Rapids will get a chance to kill that off. Down low is Morrison. They'll start off for the Rapids. And 5-on-4 advantage Wolves. That's a played back in by Cudmore. Morrison. Loose ball. Picked up by Hayward. Hayward. He'll roll that off, but saying she pushed off, so it'll be 20 seconds now remaining. And Rapids will get a chance. Hatfield. Going wide. Hatfield. To the outside. Ball knocked loose. Picked up by Hannerhan. Hannerhan going wide. Hannerhan gets around the D. Hannerhan heading to the net. Gets a cross shot. And it's saved by Garland. And puts that off to the side. Now loose ball. There's a 21 Hull. Coffin takes her in. Nice little pick there. A little bit of a moving pick, but good pick all the same by Garland. And lays that up. And, calling that too long in the zone is Haas. Shovels it off to elder sister Haas. Haas rolling around the side. Somebody lost a head to their stick. In shot. Yeah. That was deflected. Now she let go. Harker working for the ball. Picked up by James. James. Pass across to Haas. Haas in with the shot. Saved by Garland. So hold that one down. Garland passes that one up for Gilmore. Gilmore for the Rapids. Coming into Wolves territory. 10 minutes remain in the third period as Morrison takes the ball. Morrison. Nice job there by Hayward. Drops the ball out now. Hayward coming down the boards. Hayward takes it down the corner. Pass back up to Hannerhan. Hannerhan. Cross. Catches Van Bilzen on the move. Van Bilzen goes down low. Fakes the pass. Van Bilzen around behind the net. Van Bilzen looking to come all the way around. Good job by good D by the Rapids. Keeping it to the outside. Gets up to Dyer. Dyer. Quick pass over. Hayward in tight. And saved by Van Bilzen. Hayward in there tight. Chops the stick. Gets the loose ball. Fresh 30. Hayward looking across for Hovey. Hovey knocked down but doesn't lose the ball. Hovey in with the shot. And that's saved to the outside. James now from the corner. James puts in a shot. That goes wide. Dyer has to chase that one back down. Dyer keeps it. Keeps it. Nicely done. Dyer again. Dyer drive in. Shot. Save. Rebound. And that goes up and out of play. And we got, I believe it'll be a TV timeout. As the goalies will go get a water break. And we'll get a little bit of a break ourselves. Here we go. Sorry, folks. I was on mute for a little bit there. So that's when I gave all my good play-by-play, but nobody heard it. Oh, sigh. Here we go. 8:47 remains in the third and final period. It's 11-3 for the Wolves. But despite the scores, goalies have done a great job on both sides, although I believe the home side has seen a lot more rubber than the away. As We're coming up. Thanks for being patient as we learn this YouTube new platform. Hopefully it's better than Facebook. I'm hoping for a better quality, and as we go and learn, we'll make this thing better for the rest of the season. As always, though, our next home game is on Tuesday, and that's when the pros have it. Well, except for the play-by-play, as it'll be the Maritime Athletic Profiles. We'll be running that one. Whistle blows. McVicker and Garland head back to the office. We'll throw it on McVicker. Let's see if she'll do her 3-jump restart here. Thank you, Jennifer. My production manager is not with me today, but I'm getting the text, so much appreciated. As a pass off to the corner. Corrigan looking for a lane. Wolves not allowing it. Corrigan passes off, looking for Hatfield. Hatfield snagged that one. Hatfield, though, under 10 seconds now on the shot clock. Hatfield in with the shot. McVicker makes the save, and she'll hold on. McVicker, quick pass up. Finds Hannerhan. Hannerhan holds up, waits for the offense. Hannerhan, quick pass across for Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen looking for a lane. Pass off to Dietrich. She couldn't handle that one. Dietrich knocked down, going into the corner, and that'll be a free Wolves ball. As Dietrich will start off the Wolves from the corner. Dietrich. We got a Wolf change there. As Dietrich waiting for the tops to come out. Gets a pick. Dietrich, low shot. That's blocked. As 6 teams feeling the effect. Landry. And we got a penalty coming. I was looking down at a number. I think the camera saw that. I didn't. But Coffin was going straight to the box, and she's told no, go straight to the dressing room. As Coffin leaves the game with 7:46 remaining. I imagine that's got to be at least a 4-minute. High Sticking's the call, as Jenkins will serve the penalty. A 5-minute major. Looks like a 5-minute major and a game misconduct's my guess. At 7:47 remaining in the third period. And the Rapids start a 5-minute power play as Adams down low. Shot in. That goes wide. Loose ball kept by Gilmore. Gilmore. Back to Mills. Shot and save, and McVicker full splits there. The slippy floor, not good for goalies. As Rapids again, still in possession, but no shot. 6 seconds left. Low shot in. McVicker makes the save. Rebound comes out and collected by Hovey. Hovey trying to get out of the zone. Hovey. Rapids. Hovey, good job. Gets it up. Dyer. Doesn't get that clean, and back to the Rapids it goes. As the Rapids looking to come back down the floor. Held up by Harker. Now down low. There was Garland. Kept control over to Hatfield. 17 seconds left on the shot clock. As Hatfield waits for the full crew down to the final 10 as Morrison has to get that back. Morrison to Hatfield. Hatfield has to come in with the shot. McVicker makes the save. And that's picked up by Hannerhan. Hannerhan gets up to Dyer. Dyer gets up and she'll slow it down. Dyer puts on some speed. Dyer now in the corner. Dyer rolls that back to Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen rolls off a check. Van Bilzen now looking for a route in. Van Bilzen to the outside. Would love to get a shot. 5 seconds remaining in the shot clock. Van Bilzen in. Shot. Gets the reset and gets the rebound. The veteran and captain, Van Bilzen, putting on a clinic and penalty kill. And she'll puts a shot in towards. Bouncing ball is, that goes up and out of play, and there'll be St. John ball. 3 minutes remain in the penalty to Coffin. As back up. Gilmore. for the Rapids. Driving into it. Gilmore, shot! Saved by McVicker. To the corner it goes. As picked up by 14, Cudmore. Back up top to Adams. Now back to Gilmore. Gilmore, hard shot! And gets all the post on now. Is McVicker having a very hard time with the grip on the floor here. Dyer rolls off a check. That's a nice little pick. You blew the whistle. You can't shake your head after. So, change of possession. In comes Gilmore. I think they're saying moving pick, but shot. That's deflected by the D. Loose ball in front. As it looks like we'll have a penalty coming as Hayward got hit there. That looked like an angry whistle at that one. As cross-checking call to Gilmore for the Rapids. And it looks like it'll be 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes, as there is 2 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the Coffin penalty. As Van Dilzen will start off. We're back even strength, 4-on-4 with just under 5 minutes remaining in the game. And Van Bilzen happy to force the Rapids to make a move. Van Bilzen on the balls of the feet, looking to break some ankles out there. To the outside. Van Bilzen. Pass that back across, looking for Hovey. Hovey will take that back off the boards as the shot clock will expire. Wolves looking to kill off the rest of the time in this game. Rapids wanting to make a dent in that 11-3 lead that the Wolves have. As Corrigan passes that off. I think that's Hatfield or Mills. Can't tell from the number. Rapids driving in, down low. Pass that back off to Hatfield. Hatfield can't quite get control of the ball, and Hanrahan comes up with it. Hanrahan muscles her way down the boards. She gets rubbed out, and the Rapids play it back in. Funny bounce off the glass. There's a loose ball. Rapids come back up with it. That's not a reset. We didn't have control. Shot on net. McVicker makes the save. McVicker quick out to Hayward. Hayward will chase that one down to the corner. As Mills comes up with it for the Rapids. Rapids back down the floor. Lead pass to Morrison. She can't handle that cleanly. Now Morrison comes up with a Hovey. Puts a lumber on her. As the shot clock ticking down. Intake shot. Saved by McVicker. She got the shoulder up for that one. Now Hovey hustling back down the floor. Shoulder to shoulder. Holds up. Hovey waits for the offense to set up. Hovey shovels it off to Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen rolls out. Van Bilzen now. Rolling back in tight. Van Bilzen takes it around down low. She was looking for Hovey, but Hovey was covered. In tight shot. Reset the clock. And picked up by Dietrich. Fresh 30 on the clock. Dietrich slows that down. Dietrich rolls off. Dietrich in tight shot. And a save there by Garland. Oh, back to the boards. Dietrich in looking for that loose ball. Dietrich comes up with it. Fresh 30 on the clock. Right now. Strip to the ball. Picked up. As Dietrich sent it. A nice save. A nice goal. But Dietrich. She's up and moving. As Dietrich took 3 players, but she got the ball over to Dyer, who was able to net. So officially a sock trick now for Maddie Dyer, if not before. Am I missed? Oh, yeah. Let's see if that highlight will save. We're learning this as we go here, folks. Training on the job, so to speak. As it'll be Garland versus Hovey at the face-off dot. And it's now 12-3 Wolves. Battle for the ball. And that gets knocked out of play. It'll be The Rapids will start off from center. Up to Gilmore. Gilmore. Push to the outside. Hayward. Gilmore pass across. Doesn't make connection with Mills. In behind it goes as Jenkins battles for Dyer. Nice hit. Pops the ball free, but out comes Gilmore. Gilmore in tight. No, loose ball again as they chase that down. And we got a penalty coming. And a slashing call to the Rapids. With a minute 28 remaining, the Wolves could finish this one off on the... No, they're both going off. Both sides. No, just Hayward going off. Okay. I completely misread that one. So hopefully we end the game on the penalty kill then. Let's change that up. Started off by Adams. Adams. Pass to Morrison. Morrison has to take that one off the boards. Morrison. Cross. Shot in. That gets deflected by the D wide. High bouncing ball stayed in play. Adams. Looking for a doorstep shot. McVicker makes the save. Loose ball in tight. And Hannerhan comes up with it. Hannerhan rolls off a check. Hannerhan brings it into Rapids territory. Final minute now of the game. Hannerhan passes that off to Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen looking to kill this time. Van Bilzen plays keep away, gets it back to Hannerhan. She can't take it cleanly. And the loose ball will be picked up by the Rapids. Rapids trying to come out. Hard check there. And Dyer picks it up. Dyer coming in tight. Dyer rolls off shot. And that bounces up and out of play as Dyer went down hard and feeling the effects of that one as the trainer comes out. So I'll take that back to bench. We don't need to see. She's up and moving, so it could be an overextension. That's all I'm hoping it is. 28 seconds remain in the third period. Wolves lead 12-3. We don't need an injury in the last few seconds of this game. We need yeah. It looks like it was her hand. Might have been the issue. So the trainers, they're just going to take her right to the dressing room there. So unfortunately, Miss Dyer will not finish the game, but fortunately there's only 28 seconds, less than 28 seconds left in it. As the Rapids will start from their own zone. Rapids on the power play. Up to Adams. Adams brings it into Wolf territory. To Mills, down low. Hatfield looking for a route in. That shot went wide. Picked up by 14, Cudmore. Cudmore rolls out. Cudmore with the shot. That's blocked by Haas in tight. Or Hannerhan. Haas will pick up the loose ball. Haas looks to hold it for the last few seconds. Nora Haas finishes the game, and the Wolves finish their one road trip to St. John this season with a 12-3 victory over the St. John Rapids. Great job. Doesn't show on the score, but you might not think, but this Rapids team is vastly improved over the Rapids team we saw in the preseason, and I think earlier this season as well. Yes, it's good to see teams improve as they'll come to center to shake hands, and with that, we'll end the first ever Larry Cherry YouTube production. Hopefully there's more in the future. We'll have to sit back and have a look at this, learn as we go. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for taking some time, and thank you for your support of sports, especially junior female lacrosse. And hope to see you again. As I said, next game for the Wolves is Tuesday back at the Den. You'll be treated to the Maritime Athletic Profile stream. And on the road, next game will be Friday from Musquodoboit And we'll see if this YouTube thing works as well from Muscatau, but hopefully better. Until then, everybody, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next time with the Wolves. Thanks again, everybody.